I'm not married, never have been. I'm not an animal activist or any kind of activist. I don't do athletics. I hang out with my kid. I'm a mom.
Marlo from San Francisco asks, how do you view the role of mom in your life?
That's a big one. I definitely wouldn't say it's my only identity. Obviously, I was a person before her and I continue to have interests outside of being a mom. For a really long time, I felt like it was the only thing that I knew that I was really good at. And so I kind of rooted my identity in that. That is really weird. Of all of the people I know who are moms, I feel like I'm one of the people who spends the most time going out or doing things for me or traveling on my own. So many people are oh my God, I can't believe you went to another country by yourself when your kid was only 2. And I'm that's so normal to me. But also if someone asked me about myself, one of the first things I would say is that I'm a mom, and it shapes almost everything I do. But I'm not one of those people who lives only to be a mom either. I'm not married, never have been. I'm not an animal activist or any kind of activist. I don't do athletics. I hang out with my kid. I'm a mom. So what about you? How are you feeling as you are literally in the transition from not having a kid to being a mom? You're right in the middle. How does that feel for you?
We've been together for so long. My husband and I have been together for 11 years. So I've been ready to take this step with him. And we were trying for a lot longer than I expected. So I think it's all a lot of excitement for me right now. It's starting to feel more and more real as I go throughout this. I'm really lucky that I have some friends who are also pregnant at the same time, so we can kind of talk about how weird it is at times to think about the fact that we're going to have a baby soon. I'm still processing, I think. I think it's all excitement, but it's also nerves, and it's also just, it's not fully real yet until I think he's here. I feel sure enough of myself that I feel like it's not gonna necessarily be my whole identity.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited for this next stage. Angela from Birmingham asks, how do you respond when someone judges your decisions as a mom?
I don't. Just to be honest. I'm sure strangers have had plenty to say, but I've also had really good friends. Either I've overheard things that they've said to other people. I've had really good friendships end because of some of the things, that they've said or kind of how they've treated me and stuff. And that really sucks, I think, at the time, but you kind of just have to move on and be if you're not here for me and supporting me, then this isn't really a good relationship that I need in my life. So ultimately, I feel secure in the decisions that I'm making. I've got a really strong support group, so if somebody wants to bring negativity into that, that's kind of really on them, and I don't feel the need to engage with it.
Gabriella from Austin asks, how did your friendships shift after having a baby?
I think the ones that were always going to be strong got stronger. I've got some people that, you describe them as your ride or die. And even though they didn't totally understand what I was going through, they were just very excited for me and really supportive and just really awesome people. Then there's people who maybe aren't comfortable with it, or they're maybe not at that place in their lives, or maybe they think they know better or whatever. And I just have become of the belief that maybe not everybody is meant to be in our lives forever, and that's totally okay. I would say my friend group now is a little bit smaller, but the people who are still in my life, whether I see them a lot or whether I see them once a year, they're in my life for a reason. And so that's really important to me to know who is really there. And I think that's something that you learn just as you get older in general, but I think having a kid and being a very involved, active parent is going to affect that even more.